Great awakening, light lords, and grand rising to those who have not yet awoken. To know that life is lessons intended for everyone. This is a realm, a place where there's constant learning. Even teachers are constantly learning. There's constant, there's different levels of learning, like, different classes and different ways that people learn. Okay. Now, I want to start off by saying that how you learn depends a lot on your subconscious programming. It depends on how you see reality and what possibilities you view, what possibilities that you are even aware of and that you could even think of on a daily basis and frequently. Life is living in frequent energies. So when a person is learning and they are bombarded by a lesson that accustomed they are not accustomed to seeing that type of energy from that level, because it hasn't been a frequent energy. It hasn't been something that they've applied repeatedly to their lives. Then that will cause something called cognitive dissonance. Okay. Cognitive dissonance is basically when you're presented an information that goes against your beliefs, ideas, and opinions, and the reaction is just to shove it off. Now, since life is lessons intended for everyone and living in frequent energies, what we must realize is the objective facts of a situation. There's objectivity and there's subjectivity. Subjectivity is the individual expressions of energy, and objectivity is the core energy of that expression. Okay, it's the information before the specific way it is expressed. Okay, what we should be looking at in people when we converse with people, when we see any type of label, when we see any type of advertisement, when we read the nutrition facts, when we see a color or we go outside and we see any type of other being, we should be looking deeper. We should be looking deeper than just how that being presents itself to us. Okay? Because of course, there's a reason that any being or any person presents themselves to you in a specific way. There's a reason behind it. Okay? There's a reason behind that. And that is really what we should be looking at. We should be placing our minds in objective thinking. This is actually natural thought. Once we begin to ground more often and do our best to eat healthier and separate ourselves from people that no longer serve us, separate ourselves from things that no longer serve us, separate ourselves from images that we constantly put in our faces, separate ourselves from negative energy that people express, constantly, frequently, because life is living in frequent energies. Okay. Once we take the energy that we want and we frequently attach our minds to it. When I mean attach our minds, when I mean attach our minds, I mean frequently putting it somewhere in your conscious environment. Okay, in your immediate environment, putting it somewhere in your immediate environment repeatedly, or constantly thinking about it over and over and over again, or making a ritual. Okay, making something ritualistic, waking up every day and thinking a certain thought that is most beneficial for you to start off your day, and then throughout the day thinking that certain thought. Going throughout the day and just only putting things in your environment that you actually wish to align yourself with, that is healthy for you, that is healthy for your being, your state, okay, your state of existence. When, upon doing this frequently and upon knowing the quality of it, the quality of that thing that you place in front of you, the image or the sound or the taste or the smell. Um, the Knowing that the quality of that and how frequently you put your mind on it is how fast it will manifest. Is how fast it will manifest into your life and all of the types of lessons that you will get from that. Okay, when you put good things around you all the time, frequently, good energies around you frequently, then you will begin to get lessons that only better you. You will begin to take things as lessons. You will begin to take life as lessons because life is lessons intended for everyone. Okay, but the way that a lesson may be presented to you, it may be in a way that you are not used to. Okay, so you should pause before reacting, before responding. You should pause and think about what a person is actually saying and not how they say it, because how they say it is due to a reflection of yourself. Okay, how any person exchanges information with you is an effect of your cause of even wanting of even presenting your own information. Okay, this is how life works. I mean, cause and effect. That's the fifth law of the fifth. That's the fifth law of nature. There's really no numbers to it, but the law of cause and effect. That's a natural law. There's no cause without an effect, and there's no effect without a cause. So if someone comes to you angry, angry at something, but they're telling you something that's righteous, then you should not just not just over basically react, not just immediately react. You should stop yourself, okay? Because I know how it is. When someone comes at you angry and you're like, "What the hell?" Like you like, "Why?" You're like, "Why the hell are you coming at me like that?" But it's the core energy that you should be focused on, the objective energy, not the subjective. The subjective is just your own opinion, your own personal perception of how you view the world. Knowing that you only have your own, personal perception and view of the world, just like any other part of yourself that's reflected outside of you, then you can take a step back outside of yourself and say, why is this person, expressing themselves this way? And actually listen to what the person is saying, whether whether it's beneficial knowledge, or not. But either way it goes, it will always be beneficial for you by taking a step back and actually looking at the core energy of that person, actually looking at the core principles and morals and desires of their being, because it's all about intent, which is in your heart, and consciously aligning that intent with facts, which is faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And faith without works is dead. So if we don't take our faith and our intent and actually work it, actually put it out there, then we're not getting anything done. Okay? Lots of people speak their facts or or teach their lessons that they've learned to other people that they are quantumly, they are energetically vibrating with, they are energetically resonating with, because the other person that they're teaching uh, is basically going through the same similar situation that they've already been through. And sometimes they may come very passionate, or aggressive, or may sound like they're angry about it, and they'll just come at you, like, bro, you got to do this, you got to, just basically trying to push you, trying to push you, and they'll try to push, and because of the other person's cognitive dissonance, it'll keep them from learning the lesson through that specific person, because of the way that they view the reciprocation of energy. Because of the way that they view the reciprocation of energy, it can hinder them. The way that their astrological energy reflects within their birth natal chart, the way their astrological energy works within their neuromelanin, they may not be able to, take that light unless they step back, out of themselves, and then, like, okay, I ain't never been, confronted like this. I ain't never been confronted like this, or, pushed in this way. So let me take a step back and actually see what this person is saying. Let me take a step back and actually see what this person is what I can receive from this other aspect of myself. Let me see what I can actually receive from this. Okay, this is what life is all about. Lessons intended for everyone. everyone has their own different expression of the truth. And what we need to be doing is actually aligning ourselves, syncretizing this information, no matter what type of energy, their truth is being conveyed through. Okay, they could express it through sadness. They could express it through anger. They could express it through just pure joy and happiness, just being happy all the time. Just hey man, yeah, yada yada yada. But it really doesn't matter um, the type of energy emotion, or the type of spirit. The spirit means energy emotion, so it really doesn't matter the type of spirit they come with, um, as long as you can relate the information back to objective facts. Okay, if they're just coming at you and they're like, bruh, I know this, bruh, I know that, and they don't actually have objective facts behind what they're saying, and they're only doing it off off their subjective opinions, okay, about what they think, what they just personally think. Then that's when you take that as a lesson as well. You take that as a lesson, and you go research or whatever, and you will take that as a lesson that you shouldn't even be around those people, and you'll begin to rewire to reprogram your subconscious mind. And oh shit, you'll be able to reprogram your subconscious mind so that you won't resonate with people so that you won't come in contact with people that are so subjective, like they just don't understand the objective reality. There are people that's astrologically built that way, to not just understand until they, if they go get their natal charts and study their numerology and their biology, through epigenetics or whatever, then they maybe could, get some understanding. But everyone is at their own level, and everyone is learning different lessons. Okay, so when it comes to teaching and when it comes to learning, when you meet someone on a certain level and you're at a certain stage, it's because you're both the student and the teacher. This is what we must realize. You're both the student and the teacher. You are a reflection of that person, and that person is a reflection of you. So you come at when you come at them, they're coming at you simultaneously. You're both meant to be in that specific situation at the same time. Okay, to exchange information equally, to raise one another's consciousness. Whether one of you or both of you are trying to be deceptive, or whether one of you are being deceptive and the other is just actually genuinely trying to get some information. What it all comes down to is you both are receiving and expressing information, and throughout that conversing of energy, throughout that exchange of information, you will get the lessons that you need to learn. Once you know that you are the student and the teacher. Okay, so you got to come at people at what level they're on. Okay, and when they're ready, like the student appears when the master appears when the student is ready, and the student appears when the master is ready to teach that student. Okay, so when you're going through something and you meet a specific person, you must open your mind to know that that specific person is in your life because you're learning something. You're going through an experience and you're learning something. And the whole point of you meeting that person is for you to learn something about yourself and help you out in that situation that you're in. Okay, help you out in that situation, and it goes vice versa. It goes vice versa too. Okay, for the person that's giving you the help, you're actually there to give them help. Okay, to teach them something about themselves. Okay, this is realized, and then when this is realized in both parties, that's when the best communication happens. When this is realized in both parties. Okay, life is lessons intended for everyone, and living in frequent energies. So when this is realized, you will constantly meet people that are exactly when you need to meet them exactly, and you will know every time you meet somebody, you will be like, dang, like I met this person, like I'm going through this certain situation and I'm looking for answers, and then I meet this person that has the answers, and then when you talk to them, you'll see them, and then they'll tell you like, bro, I've been looking for somebody like you, like type of thing. It's synchronicity. It always happens like this because we're not we're we reincarnate, man. Like we reincarnate over and over again to get these lessons, these karmic lessons. Okay, and most of the time when you meet people like that, it's because they're a part of your soul family, or what some people call the oversoul. Okay, but I'm not going to get into all that and get all into that in this video. You can go research the oversoul and your soul family and subconscious programming. What else? And cognitive dissonance. Go research it, man, because you don't want to be in cognitive dissonance. You know, being a teacher. You know what I'm saying? You might be a teacher and you might be confronted with a student that's saying, hey man, I don't think everything you're teaching is, correct. And you can't just be in cognitive dissonance and say, yeah, all my shit correct. Nah, all my shit, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, you gotta actually open your mind, step back, and if you know what I'm saying, if his information that he's presenting to you is not fully, you know what I'm saying, objective, then you give him the objectivity. You don't just push him off. Him telling you that in the first place is him teaching himself. So when he's coming to you, he's going through a lesson as well. We're constantly going through these lessons. Teachers and students. We're all teachers and students of one another and and our own selves simultaneously. So you can't just push off the student and tell them, nah, everything is, what I'm saying is true. Everything I'm saying is true. And you bring them in, and if everything you is saying true, everything you saying is true, then that student will learn that and will be more appreciative, because he won't be like you like just pushed them off, like didn't want to see what he had to say, you know what I'm saying, or he or she, you know what I'm saying, anybody. But that's all I wanted to say today, guys. I am John Mashak, and I am here to live out and teach higher wisdom as an example for the collective consciousness, as you already know. And whoever feels like they are here to live out and teach higher wisdom as an example for the collective consciousness is on the road to obtaining the Christ mind, whether in this life or another. So I wish to reiterate that life is lessons intended for everyone. One comes from the zero. This is the zero era. One comes from the zero. Oneness comes from the zero, which is infinity. Okay. So you just gotta see that every perception of life has its purpose. Okay. And every expression of energy has its purpose. When someone is speaking very passionately about what they're talking about. Oh yeah, this is another thing I want to say before I leave. When someone is speaking very passionately or aggressively about what they're saying, they're putting more energy and power, okay, they're putting more spirit into what they're saying. Spirit is energy in motion, and energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed from one form to the next. So you can either tap the energy inside of you and use it delicately, you know what I'm saying, put it out delicately through some type of art form like writing, or some type of art like painting or anything like that. That's very delicate types of things. That's not aggressive. What I mean by aggressive is you can take that same type of energy that you're trying to give out and use words, or you can practice some type of physical art like dancing. That dancing is more aggressive, you see. Or you can do like rapping, or something like that, something that you use your vocals for, that you push out hard, straight from the solar plexus. You know what I'm saying? You pushing out that chakra, the solar energy. You pushing. That's why it's called the solar plexus. Okay, because it's a solar perplexity. Okay, so you perplex your energy through your solar energy. You push it out in your solar plexus, and you put that energy out there. And when you put so much energy into what you're fully trying to do, it must manifest. And there's a lot of people, a lot of teachers out here that just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to push you, man. And a lot of people get pushed, they push themselves away from that because they don't understand. They have this cognitive dissonance. They don't understand to actually look at the information that is behind the type of energy that he's spreading the information through. Okay. And to also acknowledge that the reason he's even expressing this energy so aggressively or passionately is not due to some type of anger. It's due to him already knowing that he got to put as much energy as he can into this thing to keep the ball rolling and expand it more effectively, to expand this energy more effectively. Okay. And expeditiously. Okay. So yeah, I am John Mashak. I am here to live out and teach higher wisdom as an example for the collective consciousness. I love myself, man. I love my reflections. Hey, so share and subscribe, man. Share and subscribe. You can donate, man. Donate. And my donations is gonna be down under this video in the description. Donate, man, because we need to get this information out here. And right now, we need to just all be coming together, all come together, get all of our resources together and spread as much information, as this type of information as we can, connecting back to nature, thinking objectively, doing all things in moderation, and not discriminating so much against people that don't think specifically how we think on when it comes to subjective points of views. So yeah, I love myself, man. Peace, peace, peace.